On 3, 2. Alright, I'm sitting here with the Bonfire Orchestra tonight. We're in Tupelo, Mississippi at the Blue Canoe. We're just going to have a little chat with the guys, learn a little bit about each of the members and the band and what they do. I'd like to start off, if you guys don't mind, we'll start here and introduce yourself, please, and just tell what instrument you play.
My name is Hunter Covington, and I play the mandolin and lead guitar.
I'm Dayton Cooper, and I play the drums.
Michael Thomas, I'm the lead singer and guitar player.
Seth Parker, I play bass.
I've seen you guys before. It's a good show. You guys have a lot of good energy, stage presence. Everybody's owning their instrument. I love the mandolin, the drums, everything. So who does most of the writing on the songs in the band?
I do most of the writing.
Sure?
Yeah.
The lyrics mostly, or all the way to the
pretty much
arrangements?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I create, I think, like a core, and then everybody sort of builds on top of that.
Absolutely.
It ends up sort of branching out into new directions that way. But I'll build the initial thing, and then we all pile on.
Yeah. Sure. So, would you say that your songs are mostly personal experience? Are you more of a storyteller? What inspires you to write the music of the Bonfire Orchestra?
You know, I always joke it's bad experiences with women. Sometimes it's good experiences with women. But no, they're stories. I don't know. I kind of think everything's a story. They're just not always from my perspective. I think that's what's interesting about some of our work. Is a lot of it's personal, but a lot of it, I think, is observation too. The things we see around us, we try to pull that into what we end up with.
Sure, and it shows that you bring that to the stage when you're playing.
Thank you.
It seems very personal. I was talking with Seth a moment ago. He was saying that he's a big Victor Wooten fan.
Yeah.
So obviously on the bass, that's huge to be a Victor Wooten fan. That's a big shoes to fill. So I know you guys have something special going on with Seth. I just wanted to see what other influence do you guys have? You know, who are some of your favorite musicians that you try to take off or emulate from?
Well, one of my all-time favorites is Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead. When it comes to mandolin work, it would have to be Yonder Mountain String Band or Eco Earth and stuff like that.
I was a big Carter Beaufort fan with Dave Matthews, and of course Chad Smith with Red Hot. So more of those two, that's what I feel like I am. That's who I look up to.
As nearly as I can figure it out, just different stages in my life, there were different influences, and then those all kind of, the sum of their parts became what I do now. The singer-songwriter thing really came last, like old soul music and that kind of thing. But I've always loved like James Taylor and Paul Simon, that kind of stuff. So I think that comes out. I think there's some of those soul influences too. The Al Green and that kind of thing. Not as much as I'd like, but some of it.
I know you guys are something really special here in Tupelo. There's not many other bands doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
It seems like you're getting embraced pretty well by the community.
Definitely are.
What do you guys think you bring to the Tupelo scene? What makes, how do you feel about what's happening in Tupelo and being that band that's representing this area that is so culturally important to music in general?
Right. We love Tupelo. It's our home. I feel that there's a great deal of history here, which is fantastic. I think some people would say that a lot of that is almost novelty now, and that's not really true. It's unfair, but I think a lot of people think that all the great things that have come from this area have already come from this area, and they've already built museums to them and that kind of thing. But I do think that there's a lot of incredible talent here. It's just not, I don't know. I think the art community in general is growing, and everyone could do a lot to help that out. I think the city could do a lot. I think the musicians could do a lot. I think venue owners, and I think people just coming out and supporting art in general is huge. So I think it's growing. I think it's going where it should. But I think that's kind of everyone's responsibility. If we're going to cultivate something really, really cool to come out of this area again, I think everybody has to have something to do with that. Everybody has to have their hands on it.
That being said, we're here at the Blue Canoe, which is a relatively new venue for Tupelo, and it's bringing in great talent from all over the country.
Sure.
Really just giving a big breath of fresh air to the Tupelo scene, and I think that fits well with what you guys are doing.
We agree. We agree. I love what they've done here. It's pretty neat. You know, I think we all like the Alabama Shakes, and they played here a little while before they won that Grammy. So we're hoping big things. But no, it's really, really neat. I think it's fantastic that there's a venue that is really dedicated to showcasing original music. That's something that we care a lot about. You know, we play music for a living, so we play our fair share of our interpretations of other people's music as well. But it's so nice to get to show up somewhere and have your work really be the point. So we're grateful for the opportunity. We think what they're doing is a great thing.
I know you guys have been recently branching out much further than Tupelo. You guys are getting to do some touring. I just kind of want to ask you what's some of your favorite experiences from that? What venues and cities do you enjoy the most? And I'm sure you each have your own special story and take on things that are happening on the road with the Bonfire Orchestra.
Mine is gonna have to be Shuckers, because it's always a great crowd. They have the best food. It's always a great time.
Where are they located?
That is in Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. The crowd comes out, shows you great support in Jackson.
Nothing but women. Nothing but women. It's awesome.
It's all about the ladies.
That's right.
Mine would definitely have to be, we played up in Memphis. It's not too far from here, but it was a newer place. We played the Blind Bear Speakeasy. It's called?
Yes, it's called the Blind Bear.
The Blind Bear.
Like a traditional speakeasy. They do the costumes and everything. It's really neat.
It was really like you're walking into the 1930s and 40s kind of place. It was awesome. I don't know. That one show though. Other than that, side note, at the Pelican Cove, he caught a duck off the water with his bare hands while eating a steak.
Yeah.
He did. He let the duck go. I feel like we should tell the rest of the story.
That was my profession before the bands.
But yeah, definitely Blind Bear. That was an awesome show.
Yeah, that was great. We got to open for the Avett Brothers maybe a year and a half or so ago now, and that was really, really a neat experience. To get to see some folks that I feel like are pretty big influences for what we do and have kind of opened the door for like a modern interpretation of folk music. I feel like what they do is so organic and natural, and it's just it's a really, really neat thing. And to get to meet those guys and talk to them and see them up close, it's neat. It's neat. It makes you want to go work a little harder and practice a little more, and that's nice. It's nice to be motivated.
I like playing in Jackson. It's nice. I like traveling most of all. Just being out, getting lost.
With me driving, that happens a lot.
There's never a dull moment for sure with the travels.
It's good that you guys are able to have fun on the off sides from
we
not just
find
playing
ways.
music.
Most of them legal. I will say, I'm not going to say where because I don't want to implicate us, but we found a deserted mini golf course in a city a few weeks ago. We were trying to kill time during the day. We were laid over from a previous show the previous night, and it was huge. It was the size of a football field, but it had all the mini golf holes and stuff, and a huge elephant that Hunter climbed on top of, and there were grass growing out of the holes and stuff. So we went through and we found a couple clubs and some balls, and we played 18 holes. I don't remember who won. One of us, obviously.
Sounds like everybody won.
But it was a lot of fun. Like that's the kind of thing that we love playing music. We like traveling, but it's really neat just to kind of be off the beaten path a little bit. I think that's really nice.
Well, it sounds like you guys have had some really great experiences so far. I know you have a lot more coming your way.
Yeah. I wish we could find more places to. What are they doing? I don't know. Whatever that is. That looks like fun. We're gonna do that after
some sort of North Mississippi game going on back there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh wow!
It's very culturally
specific. You get the ring on the hook, it would appear.
That's nice.
Well, you've got the drive-by truckers going in the background.
Yeah.
And again, before the interview, me and Seth were talking about how great of a band they are in Patterson Hood.
Sure.
So my next question was going to be, you've opened for the Avett Brothers and said, that was great. So what would be some other guys that you would like to share the stage with, or maybe a venue that you would love to get on? And I know Seth has to have
let's
a
do
long
that.
list of
Who would we like to open
musicians he
for,
would like to
and
open
where
for.
would we like to open
Your
for?
dream
You go
open
first.
at where?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to open up for Victor Wooten. That'd be fun.
Where?
I don't know, someplace, wherever he is at. I don't care. Wherever you're at, I want to play.
I hope Victor's listening to
And
this.
really any punk band. Any I love punk, so.
Sure, it's great to be willing to cross the genres and get fans that normally wouldn't be exposed to your music by doing stuff like that.
And anywhere they're at. Venue.
I would love to open for Mumford & Sons or the Lumineers. I think either of those shows would be a great fit for us and what we do, and that would be really neat. In case they're listening, we really like that. Where? I don't know either.
I use a hard one. I got one though. I got a venue.
At the Blue Canoe. We'd love to open for them at the Blue Canoe. Nice job, guy off camera. All right, anyway.
Open up for Mumford & Sons where it's at. I mean, there's a bunch you can name. Edward Sharp would be awesome. Jack White would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Red Hot Chili would be awesome. I mean, there's Alabama Shakes, Portugal Man, Tame Pies. You can keep going. I'd like to play at the Red Rocks though. It's an awesome venue. I've seen a bunch. I haven't seen a bunch of shows, but I've seen a bunch of pictures of shows there. I drool a little bit. Either there or like an abandoned tiki hut in Barbados, something like that. Just out of nowhere. Everybody pull your boat up. It'd be pretty awesome.
Mine would have to be either Bob Schneider or Ray LaMontague, and that's anywhere in Austin, Texas at the underground scene. So, I mean, that place is awesome, so I wouldn't care just anywhere down there.
Yeah, it sounded like you were prepared to answer that question. That was really good.
Well, my friends, they feel this their appointed duty.